Genesis 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day when God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. He created them male and female, and he blessed them and named them man in the day when they were created. When Adam had lived 130 years, he became the father of a son in his own likeness, according to his image, and named him Seth. Then the days of Adam after he became the father of Seth were 800 years, and he became the father of other sons and daughters. So all the days that Adam lived were 950 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years and became the father of Enosh. Then Seth lived 807 years, and he became the father of Enosh, and he had other sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enosh lived 90 years and became the father of Kenan. Then Enosh lived 815 years after he became the father of Kenan, and he became the father of other sons and daughters. So all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. And Kenan lived 70 years and became the father of Mahalalel. Then Kenan lived 840 years after he became the father of Mahalalel, and he became the father of other sons and daughters. So all the days of Kenan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years and became the father of Jared. Then Mahalalel lived 830 years after he became the father of Jared, and he became the father of other sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years and became the father of Enoch. Then Jared lived 800 years after he became the father of Enoch and became the father of other sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and became the father of Methuselah. Then Enoch walked with God 300 years after he became the father of Methuselah, and he became the father of other sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years and became the father of Lamech. Then Methuselah lived 782 years and became the father of Lamech, and he became the father of other sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years and became the father of a son. Now he called his name Noah, saying, "This one will give us rest from our work, from the pain of our hands, arising from the ground which Yahweh has cursed." Then Lamech lived 595 years after he became the father of Noah, and he became the father of other sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. What's interesting here is a repetition. He died, verse 5. Verse 8, he died. Verse 11, he died, and so on. This was the reality of sin. Death was not a concept before sin entered the world. When Adam disobeyed God, he severed his relationship to God. He was made in God's image, but now he is the head of a race made in his own likeness, according to his image. Now, the human race carries also the image of Adam. This leads to death. Because in contrary, in the day, in verse 1, when God created man, he made mankind in the image of God, in the likeness of God. But when Adam had lived long enough to sin, he became the father of many generations, who are now according to Adam's likeness, Adam's image. And so there is a drumbeat of death. The pattern of death kills one out of every one person, 100%. Almost. There's an Enoch who walked with God. Again, he walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Before that, verse 20, people died. After that, verse 21, 27, people died. But Enoch broke the pattern. It was someone who walked with God and broke the pattern. There is hope. There's also more hope here in verse 29, where this Lamech, a different Lamech from chapter 4, called his son Noah, saying, "This will give us rest from our work and from the pains of our hands." They were living a curse, and somehow he was able to identify Noah as someone who will save us, give us rest. And the story will unfold from there. I think we too live in a pattern of death. It's unavoidable. Whether it's from COVID or old age, there's no escaping the curse of death. That is our pattern, the human race. But will God break that pattern? We may consider what it means to walk with God and therefore break the pattern of death. For God will take you. You will not truly die. I believe this is a physical reality for Enoch, but perhaps this is a picture of the spiritual reality we have in Christ, who is that one seed from Adam and Eve, where Christ has walked with God in ways we were not able to, and through him we break the pattern. Through him our relationship with God is restored. We also can walk with God. We have victory over death. Those are my thoughts. Looking forward to hearing yours.